A very good morning, students. Myself, Savita Kulkarni, started your 10th standard science portion, that is the lesson Life Processes. So, hope every day you are updating students with your notes, with your home assignment, everything. Yes, don't neglect students. That day work, that day only you finish it off. Fine? Okay. In the life processes, right from the day one, we discussed with the nutrition, nothing but conversion of large food molecules into simple food molecules. Then we discussed with the respiration. What is respiration? Getting energy from the food molecules. So that we discussed as a respiration. Coming to the next one, that is transportation. Transportation means movement of substances. It may be the oxygen, it may be the carbon dioxide, it may be the waste materials. So movement of the substances in our body. So this transpiration, as we discussed in our previous class, it includes how many types? Yes, two types, that is blood circulatory system and the lymphatic circulatory system. In the blood circulatory system, we started how many types come, not types, how many things comes in the blood circulatory system? Yes, blood vessels and the heart. In our previous class we discussed with the blood, hope you remember, right? Blood with the plasma as a matrix with the three types of cells called RBC, WBC and the platelets. So coming to the next one, that is blood vessels. What do you mean by vessels? See students, in your house, to transport the water, in your house to transport means the water supply should be there to your whole building. So what you will do? You will use the pipes. Water pipes we will call. Right? Same way, in our body, we have a different types of pipes through which what will flow? Blood will flow. But you can't use the word pipe, students. You have to call it as vessels. So the vessels which allows the blood to flow through them. So we are going to call those vessels as blood vessels. Okay. How many types are there in the blood vessels? In the blood vessels, there are of three types, called as arteries, veins and capillaries. Of course, all the three are the vessels, blood vessels. Then why we are calling it a different names? Why? Because the function is different. Right? So what about the arteries? See students, just for example, this is your heart. Okay. From heart to all parts of the body, your blood has to flow. From the heart, brain, hands, legs, kidney, all the organs, all the cells of the body, your blood has to flow. Right? So, from the heart towards the different organs, towards the different parts of the body, which blood vessel will take the blood. So, those blood vessels, we are going to call it as arteries. Hope you are understanding? So what type of blood it will carry? The blood which is having oxygen. The blood which is having oxygen. Nothing but oxygenated blood. Arteries will bring oxygenated blood from heart to all the parts of the body. Right? Okay. Coming to the next one, that is veins. What about the veins? They have to bring carbon dioxide from different parts of the body to heart. From various parts of the, these are all organs. Okay. So from the different organs, blood what it has to bring? It has to bring carbon dioxide each and every cell of the organ should get the blood. The main artery, the main blood vessel, it cannot carry. So it is having so many branches. So through those branches, the blood will reach the cells. Are you getting? So these branches, what we will call them? Capillaries. These are called as the capillaries. They are connected with the arteries as well as with the veins. Because again from the cell to the main stream, who will bring the blood? Capillaries will bring. Then from the main stream, that is veins, the deoxygenated blood will go to the heart. Can you understand, students? From your home you are having the subway, branch road. These are the veins, sorry, capillaries. Okay, from bus stand you are getting main road. Either it may be artery or the vein. Then again what happens? From that city, you are coming back to the bus stand. Bus stand to home, how you will come? Again with a branch road, that is capillaries. So what is the function of capillaries at last? It helps to exchange substances between blood and cells. You can call it as cells or the tissues. Exchange of blood between tissues, between cells, that is carried with the help of capillaries. Okay students, hope you are understanding. So there are three types. One is arteries. Arteries will carry the blood from heart to different organs of the body. Next comes veins. Veins will carry deoxygenated blood from different organs to the heart. Capillaries, they help to exchange the blood between the cells of the body, between blood and tissues. What exchange takes place of the materials, that is with the help of the capillaries. Understood students? Yes, very good. Hope you are writing down. Coming to the next important part, important organ of our circulatory system. Which is the important organ? Yes, of course it is the heart. Yes students, let us start with the important organ of our circulatory system, that is heart. Yes, where heart is situated in your body? Heart is situated in our chest cavity, right? In between the lungs, and this is the structure of heart. Do you find it straight? No, obliquely, means little towards the left side, not a straight one. Obliquely towards left side we find the heart, right? Okay. Heart is made up of what type of muscles, students? Last year you have discussed tissues and all. It is made up of cardiac tissue. Heart is made up of cardiac tissue because, as you know, there is a continuous rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart chambers. That is what? It has to be with the involuntary tissue, involuntary muscles like cardiac muscles, right? Okay. What is the size of the heart, students? Yes, as you know, the size of the heart is one's fist. How much is the size of your fist? No, that much is the size of your heart. Okay. So this is the structure of heart. Heart is covered. Okay. Outside again it is covered with the pericardium. There is an outer covering which protects the heart. So that is called as pericardium. Right? So this is the structure of heart. Heart with the four chambers. Right? Right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle, bicuspid wall. These are the pulmonary veins. This is the pulmonary artery. These are superior and inferior vena cava. Here you find the tricuspid wall, and this is the aorta. This is the structure of heart. Are you comfortable and understanding? No. So for my satisfaction, let me draw the heart and teach you. Fine. Okay. So just a rough diagram, students. Very rough diagram I am giving you now. So this is the structure of heart. Basically, heart we are dividing into two parts. Basically, we are dividing heart into two parts. Guys, okay. This is the heart. If you consider as a two parts, we are dividing. What are those two parts? Right heart and the left heart. Right heart and the left heart. And these two portions, partitions, are bifurcated with a structure. This is called as septum. This is called septum. See students, I am standing like this. If you stand like this, you are going to consider right heart, left heart, correct? So when you are going to turn this side, so automatically this is your left side and this is your right side. No confusion, students? Okay. So basically left heart, right heart, left heart, right heart, both are separated with a structure called septum. And these two left and right heart are separated again, and you are getting the four compartments. Those compartments we are going to call it as chambers. Okay. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 chambers in your heart. Okay. Upper 2 chambers, these 2 lower chambers. Upper 2 chambers are called auricles. Upper 2 chambers we are going to call auricles or atrium. That or let me write this side. Both are same, students, auricle or atrium. And these 2 chambers are called ventricles. These 2 chambers are called ventricles. And what side I told this one? Left side, correct? So this is called left atrium, left ventricle. Correct, students? Left auricle or left atrium, left ventricle. So this atrium and ventricle are separated with something. Can you observe here? With what they have separated? They have separated with a wall. Again there is a structure of muscle which separates these 2 chambers, and that is called as this one, bicuspid wall. Bicuspid wall it is called. Okay. Coming to the right heart. Right heart again with the 2 chambers called as right auricles or right atrium, right ventricles. Right auricles, right ventricles, right atrium and right ventricle are separated with this type of chamber. Here it is called as tricuspid wall. See, can you see the wall structure here? That is called tricuspid wall. Okay. What is the function of this bicuspid and tricuspid wall? Our blood, now we will discuss how it flows. It flows from left atrium to left ventricle, but never from left ventricle to left atrium. Can you understand? It has to flow from left auricle to left ventricle, but not from, this is wrong. So blood should not flow from ventricle to auricle. So here you have a bifurcation. There you have a wall that is called as bicuspid wall. What you have read? Same function is tricuspid wall. Blood will flow from right auricle to right ventricle, but not from right ventricle to right auricle. So what you have to write? What is the function of bicuspid and tricuspid wall? Which prevents the backflow of the blood. Which prevents backflow, reverse flow of the blood. Okay students, hope you are understanding. Right. From the left ventricle, from here what happens? We find a blood vessel. That blood vessel is called as aorta. I am writing on that only to avoid the confusion. Can you see here? Aortic arch. So this red color one is there. No? This is called as the aorta. Right? Again from right ventricle, one blood vessel arises, and that blood vessel we are going to call it as pulmonary artery. Can you see here? Blue color. See this blue color. This is called as pulmonary artery. This is pulmonary artery. Okay. And here you find these are called pulmonary veins. These are called pulmonary veins. And here you find these two are called vena cava, and this is called inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava, and this is superior vena cava. Hope you are taking down, students. Yes. Superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. So this is the structure of your heart. Heart is having the cardiac muscles surrounded with the pericardium, having 4 chambers called as right auricle or right atrium, left auricle or left atrium, left ventricle and a right ventricle. So 4 chambers are there. These are separated first with the septum, middle separation. Left atrium and left ventricle are separated with the bicuspid wall. Right auricle and right ventricle are separated with the tricuspid wall. Okay. And from the left ventricle a blood vessel arises, that is called aorta. From right ventricle a blood vessel arises, that is called pulmonary artery. Here you find pulmonary veins, superior and inferior vena cava. So this is the structure of our heart. Now I have to explain the functioning of the heart, students. So carefully, with a cool mind, pause the video again and again, watch it carefully so that you can understand. There is no much difficulty. Okay. So let us see the mechanism. What I will do, let me write lungs here. Can you see? So here lungs. Lungs, what they will give to the blood? Oxygenated blood. See students, repeatedly I am using the word oxygenated and deoxygenated. What do you mean by oxygenated? The blood which carries the oxygen. What do you mean by deoxygenated? The blood which carries carbon dioxide. In the common words, we used to say pure and impure. Nothing is pure, impure. Pure in the sense oxygenated blood, impure in the sense deoxygenated blood, that's all. Okay? Right. So lungs, what do we do first? Oxygenated blood to the heart. Who will carry? Pulmonary veins will bring oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart, that too atrium. Lungs to left atrium, oxygenated blood. Left atrium to left ventricle. Which blood? Oxygenated blood. From left ventricle, this oxygenated blood will enter the aorta. It will enter the aorta. Aorta is having, can you see here, this is having so many branches. So with the branches, the blood will reach the different parts of the body. It will reach the different parts of the body. Left side full oxygenated blood, students. Right side full deoxygenated blood. Understanding? Lungs to left atrium. Who will bring? Pulmonary veins. Left atrium to left ventricle to aorta, aorta to all parts of the body. Okay? Now, it took the blood, oxygenated blood to each organ, each tissue, each cell of the body. Cells, what they are having? They are having carbon dioxide. They are having carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide from the cells, now it will come to the heart. Who will bring that blood? Superior and inferior vena cava. Heart here. So brain, this all will bring superior vena cava. Bottom of the parts, thighs, legs, kidney, that all inferior vena cava. So like that, both the vessels, they will bring deoxygenated carbon dioxide blood to the right auricle. They will bring deoxygenated blood to right atrium. Right atrium to right ventricle to pulmonary artery, and artery will bring it to the lungs. Again, deoxygenated blood is taken by the pulmonary artery to the lungs. Getting, students? Actually, what is the function of artery we discussed? Carrying oxygenated blood, heart to all the parts. So remember, this pulmonary artery is one exceptional case. Even pulmonary veins. Actually, veins used to carry the deoxygenated blood. Here, this is the one vein which will bring the oxygen from lungs to heart. Got it? Yes. Let me tell once again. Oxygenated blood from lungs to left atrium through pulmonary veins, left atrium to left ventricle to aorta, aorta to all parts of the body. From all parts, deoxygenated blood, carbon dioxide, is brought by superior and inferior vena cava to the right auricle to right ventricle to pulmonary artery to lungs. Because again there exchange of gases takes place. Understanding, students? Yes. See, next class what I will do, I will give you one schematic mechanism so that you can remember. So till I start, you have to prepare that and compare with that. Fine? Okay. Take down the work, students. Name the blood vessels and mention their functions. Second question. Draw a neat labeled diagram of human heart. This is internal structure, students. So it looks like this. If you see it up from the outside, so like this it looks. Okay. And one more thing. I said only left atrium, left ventricle. How it flows? There is a rhythmic contraction and relaxation. So when atrium will contract, ventricles will be relaxed so that blood can enter. So when these are contracted, blood will enter to the aorta as well as pulmonary artery. So remember, so there is a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the arteries and the auricle. helps for the pumping of the blood. Still more points are there students about the heart. We'll discuss in our next class. Okay, please refer and come. Means this much you prepare and come. We'll discuss the remaining, right? Thank you.